Hey guys, want to do this devotional today, Saturday evening, and I don't know if you could tell, but I am tired out. I'm exhausted. I've had a long day. Taught or did teach. I coached kids in a jiu-jitsu tournament. First thing this morning, two of our kids got silver medals, so that was pretty exciting. And then I had training this morning, and then after training, I had work, and I've had phone calls and texts and messages literally all day long, and I'm just beat. I still have some more phone calls to make here in just a little bit. I'll probably work till 9 o'clock tonight, and then I'll crash. And the reason I'm so exhausted, if I'm anything, I know I'm transparent. I did not sleep hardly at all last night. I think maybe I got an hour and a half of sleep last night. Because when I was trying to sleep, my spirit was just unsettled about the situation and people, a person in particular. And I don't know the situation, and I was just stressed about what I can't control. We talked about that the other day, that we always try to control things, and I try to control things too. And so I didn't sleep all night long, just running over all the different scenarios in my head, that bad things that could be going wrong, And I'm not telling you this because I think I got my crap together. I don't. But to tell you that I struggle with these things. I'm sure you struggle with just vain imaginations and letting your mind go crazy. Sometimes mine just goes crazy, and I stayed up all night just worrying and fretting and concerned, and not able just to have peace. And but then this morning, before I went to work, I was thinking about this verse, this chapter, Psalm chapter 3, and it says, "Lord, how they have increased who trouble me." So all the people against me, there's a lot of them now. "Many are they who rise up against me. Many are they who say, there is no help for him in God." What does that mean? In our vernacular, that's like saying, man, God can't even help that guy. God can't even help that guy. I'm going to tell you, I don't need many to rise up against me to think that way. I think that way. I think, man, Lord, is this it? Is this as good as it gets for me? Is this as good as I get? And the Lord himself has already proven that this is not. I'm so much further. If you knew me in my 20s, if you knew me in my 30s, my 40s, I'm so much better of a man today. And so I know that, yeah, there's better. But sometimes I say this of myself. I don't need other people saying it of me. But trust me, there are plenty who say of me, there is no help for him in God. This is what David is saying here in the Psalm. He said, there's many of these. He says, but you, O Lord, verse 3, you are a shield for me, my glory, and the one who lifts my head. Have you ever just hung your head? There's a song, actually Johnny Cash remade it. It's called I Hung My Head. I hung my head. Thinking about, he knows he's going to die because he killed somebody. But sometimes our head is hung just because we despair, or we know that we've done something wrong, or we know that there's a situation that we can't control, and we hang our head. And David says, you are a shield for me, you protect me, first of all, and you are my glory, and you lift my head. Last night, I go to Celebrate Recovery on Friday nights, and last night we were singing this song, and it just repeats over and over. There is nothing greater than you. There is nothing greater than you. There is nothing. Nothing is greater than you. And it hit me. All these things that I've tried to find hope in a relationship. Man, if I get this relationship all squared away, I'll be happy. I'll finally have my stuff together. Or this marriage, if I get this marriage together. Or this business, if I get this business off the ground. Or this victory, whatever the victory may be, or this amount of money, or all the things that we set our hopes on, that we try to find glory for. Nothing is greater than the Lord. I got so convicted realizing that I have trusted in things. There's another psalm that says, some trust in chariots, which is like in today's day, some trust in cars, trucks. But we trust in the name of the Lord our God. There is none greater than him. That's what David's saying here. You are my glory. There is none greater than you. You are my glory, and you lift my head. Guys, I was just in turmoil all night last night, not sleeping. That doesn't happen to me a lot anymore, but it happened last night. And it's warfare, because I had a great night at Celebrate Recovery, just realizing that wow, I've put things above God, and nothing's greater than him. And so I was attacked, kept up all night, and instead of just praying, I just fretted. But then I remembered he is a shield for me. He protects me. I could tell you guys story after story of how God has protected me just in the last few weeks, just in the last week. He is a shield for me. He is my glory, and he is the lifter of my head. Let's skip down here to verse 7. He says, arise, O Lord, save me, O my God, for you have struck all my enemies on the cheekbone. I love the way we read the Bible, we don't realize what it's saying. He's saying, the Lord slapped somebody for me on the cheekbone. Pop. Think about the Diaz brothers. I don't know if you follow MMA, but there's these two brothers, Nate and Nick Diaz. They're from Stockton, California, and they're just kind of a couple of punks, but they're really fantastic fighters. And they do this thing when they see you're open, pop, they'll just slap you in the face. I'm not going to knock you out with that, but it's so demeaning to know that you just got slapped in the face by a grown man in front of all your fans. They call it the Stockton slap because they're from Stockton. Pop. I've seen Nate Diaz slap people and point at them like, I got you. David's saying, Lord, you have struck all my enemies on the cheek. Pop. You didn't just defeat them. You've humiliated them for me because you are my glory. You're the lifter of my head. You're a shield about me. Salvation belongs to the Lord. Your blessing is upon your people. And guys, I'm tired out. I'm exhausted. I still have another couple hours of work to do. And then I'm just going to crash. Man, I'm so grateful that God's a shield for me. He showed me some things today that I'm just worried. He's got it. The person I was worried about, he's got them. He's got them in his hand. He's got you. He's got me. He got the whole world in his hand. So, hope you guys have a great evening. Guys, pray for some of our people. We've had people that have lost their dad, have others that their dad is losing battles to cancer. We have people churches are struggling. We have people whose family is sick, whose kids are being bullied. There's just all these prayer requests. Let's pray for one another because the Lord is a shield for us. He's a shield for that little boy getting bullied. He's a shield for that family that just lost their dad. He's a shield for that family whose dad has cancer. He's a shield for all of us. He's a shield for me, and he's a shield for you. He is our glory. There is none greater than God. Nothing is greater than him. And he will lift our head. Lift your head up, son. Take your chin up. One of my favorite movies is a movie called To Kill a Mockingbird. And there is a scene in that movie where the hero, he's an attorney, Gregory Peck, and he is trying to save an innocent man, and the man is found guilty simply because he's black. But Gregory Peck, a white man, defends him, basically accuses everybody of just being racist, and tries his best to save this man's life because he's innocent. And the man's still found guilty. And at the end of the scene, up in the loft where all the black people were allowed to sit, they're all standing up there watching him as Gregory Peck. He's the last one in the courtroom. He's putting his paperwork up, putting it all in his briefcase. And he starts to walk out. And his daughter is sitting there up in the balcony with all the other folks. And this older black man tells her she's just sitting there like this. He grabs her. He says, "Stand up, child. Your father's passing." Think about that a lot. Hold your head up. The Lord is your shield. He is your glory. Lift up your head. You guys have a great evening. Have a good day tomorrow at church. Go worship with some people. Go rub elbows with some other believers. Go love on somebody.